Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to some U2. This is not a band that I've listened to that much in my life, and for those of you who don't know, I actually found U2 very early on in my life through the infamous iTunes pre-download scandal. I'm sure many of you guys have heard about that situation, but when I found this U2 album on my iPhone, on my library, I was very, very offended. I thought, how dare they impose their musical will onto me? And I made it sort of a weird mission in my life to never listen to U2. Now, many years removed from that more closed-minded version of Sohum, I welcome pretty much any music with open arms, and today that comes in the form of U2. The first song we're going to be checking out here is actually a cover of Helter Skelter, originally by the Beatles, which it's funny because I actually just got done filming a Beatles reaction to the song Help, so today seems to be a very Beatles-coded day, but that was a fun song originally. I remember it being one of my first Beatles reactions on the channel that I gave, and I thought, wow, what a metal song for the Beatles. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to check out, I think, one of their originals titled Bullet the Blue Sky. Super excited to check these out today, but before we do, a massive thank you goes to Rodney for making this reaction request and bringing some U2 to the channel. Now, let's jump into it. I neglected to mention, but I think these both are live performances.
This is a song Charles Manson stole from the Beatles. We're stealing it back.
Rattle and Sohum.
When you get to the bottom, you go back to the top of the slide, and you stop, and you turn, and you go for a ride. Then you get to the bottom, then you see me go.
Oh my god, it is immediately rocking. Love that. Dude, there is so much swag in this. Dude, I love this cover. It is so fresh. It's hugely anthemic. Is that a word? Hugely? Yeah, it's that classic lead tone that just takes over your brain if you're a guitarist. Or if you're anyone for that matter.
When you get to the bottom, you go back to the top of the slide, and you turn, and you stop.
Oh, I like this section.
Then you get to the bottom, then you see me go. So yeah, don't you want me to love you?
Something that's like supreme about this song in particular is the feel change from section to section. If you notice there was that faster strumming, sort of muted in the guitar, but it has you like bum 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 bum, and then when we get into that big drop on the one, things go into more of a halftime feel. I love when those things happen. I'll pull it back some.
When you get to the bottom, you go back to the top of the slide, and you turn, and you stop, and you go for a ride. Then you get to the bottom, then you see me go.
Come on, how is that not infinitely satisfying?
So yeah, don't you want me to love you? skelter. Helter skelter. Helter skelter. Helter skelter. And again. Helter skelter.
Yeah.
Helter skelter. Helter skelter.
I love how flashy the song is. It just like comes at you in this ball of fire. It's only 3 minutes long, and that is a thing about the Beatles, is that they tend to craft relatively short songs, and they rock it. There's like almost, and I mentioned this I think even in the Beatles reaction I just filmed, they leave little time between the sections for just experiencing the ambience or breathing in a section for longer. We're usually in and out, revolving door into the next section, into the next feel, into the next energy, and that is what keeps us engaged as listeners. And it's one of the reasons why the Beatles are just so good at what they do in terms of style, and why they're as popular as they are, among all of the other amazing qualities that they have that made them popular. But I have had a particular love for this song, and I didn't know this cover existed, so this would probably now be the version of Helter Skelter that I'll listen to going forward on my playlist. Love the raw energy, love the live energy as well. You've probably heard me say this before too, but when you get to hear the crowd go wild, you know that the musicians on stage are responding to that feedback in real time. There's a sort of dynamic component to live performances that just does not exist in the studio, and that allows you to like drive the wedge in further into sections that make the audience feel even more. And you could just loop certain sections endlessly because the audience is loving it. It's playing to the crowd, right? And the thing is, when the audience is that loud, you as the performer can feed off that energy too. So it's bi-directional. Yeah, this was awesome, top to bottom. Let's check out Bullet the Blue Sky. I don't know what the meaning of the title is, because the grammar is kind of funky here. Like, bullet the blue sky as a command? Is bullet the verb? Bullet, comma, the blue sky? Bullet is a name? I don't care, but when it sounds this good, all you gotta do is listen. Jesus. Listen to that slide. Oh, funky. I didn't know U2 had this quality to them. Kind of lurking bass below, a little ominous. Ooh, flipping to the falsetto. Listen to that note here. See, but of course the second note flips into the falsetto. I don't know why this thought popped into my brain, but I'll share it with you guys and let me know if I'm crazy. But I am reminded of a more youthful, faster moving, less riff-intensive Black Sabbath as I hear them play live. I know there's so many other asterisks to that statement that I would need to add on to like justify why that came up, but it popped up, so here we are.
You plant a demon seed. You raise a flower on fire. I see them burning crosses. See the flames higher and higher.
This section is awesome. And hear the layering on the vocals here. Bullet the Blue, and then Skies populated in the background. Oh, and that exhalation, it's intimate now. Back to the intro.
So this guy comes up to me, his face red like a rose on a thorn bush, like all the colors of a royal flush, and he's peeling off those dollar bills, slapping them down. 100, 200, and I can see those fighter planes. I can see those fighter planes across the mud huts where the children.
I'm thinking of Rage Against the Machine now.
Through the valleys and the quiet city streets.
This is
We take
awesome.
the staircase to the first floor. We turn the key and slowly unlock the door. A man breathes into a saxophone. Through the walls we hear the city groan. Outside it's America. Outside it's America.
Dude, if this is what U2 sounds like, I need more U2. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, it's like... It sounds almost like post-apocalyptic with those like sirens. Dude, I am so into this right now.
Back in my hotel room with John Coltrane and the Love Supreme. And in the next room I hear some woman scream out. Her lover's turning on the television. And I can't tell the difference between ABC News, Hill Street Blues, and a preacher in the old-time gospel hour.
Oh wow.
Stealing money from the sick and the old.
Wow. Dude, listen to that bass,
Well,
by the
God I
way.
believe in isn't short of cash, mister. I feel a long way from the hills of San Salvador, where the sky is ripped open and the rain pours through a gaping wound, pelting the women and children.
He himself sounds like a preacher, which is like part of the ironic delivery of this whole sequence. Because he's mentioning the news, he's mentioning the preachers, the way they sound, all in an effort to persuade and manipulate, but he's also kind of galvanizing the support of the audience by following a similar tactic.
And the old.
The breathing, the exhalation.
Well, the God I believe in isn't short of cash, mister.
Wow.
I feel a long way from the hills of San Salvador, where the sky is ripped open and the rain pours through a gaping wound, pelting the women and children.
Dude, but this is good. I like this a lot.
Run, run into the arms of America.
That song is very relevant now. The Arms of America. The way you look at the news every single day, it's literally traumatizing. That was awesome. I really, really liked that song. I liked both performances, but because this was an original, I liked getting to hear this style from you two, leaning into a bit of the funk, a bit of that almost like new metal approach to songwriting. I did not have that on my bingo card at all. I always thought you two was like super clean cut pop rocky, and no, that isn't at all the case. A lot of the production was super grungy, grimy, distorted, fuzzy. The vocal delivery was forceful, powerful in certain moments, but also like deflated and defeated. And all of those feelings are very human. And to me, like, bring you in more as a listener because we're just getting their authentic performance in front of us on that stage. Because if you are frustrated with the system, for example, you hear his frustration as he's singing, as he's recounting these stories. And I love the parallels in the lyrics with his delivery as it relates to like the news anchor, the preacher, because it's so often the case that people are manipulated by some of the, let's say, better orators out there, or if enough people say the same thing, then we tend to believe it because social contagion is a very real phenomenon. There's so many interesting studies about the way in which we as individuals will sacrifice what we believe and know because others in a certain moment are acting differently to what we would expect. For example, there was a study that shows, I think, a bunch of participants in a waiting room, and none of them are, well, all of them except for one person, they're in on it. So one person, they're the subject of that study. And what they'll do is they will have smoke kind of emanating through the doorway. And in the case where the person is by themselves in that room, they will quickly alert someone that, hey, there's smoke under the doorway and we should be concerned. But in the case where there are many other people in the same room with you and no one else is drawing attention to that smoke, the person doesn't speak up. The subject of the study doesn't do anything about it. They act as though, because everybody else is quiet and not saying anything and not noticing or not paying, giving it importance, maybe I shouldn't be either. And then they will kind of throw away their own worries. It's so interesting that this happens, but imagine this is on a minor scale. Imagine now it propagates societally, and now you have a world in which so many people are following things that they don't inherently believe, but because so many others are seemingly in accordance with what they don't believe, they'll follow along anyways. So this song, too, from the lyrical perspective, definitely had me super intrigued. But I love the heaviness in this. I love those massive guitars that were sliding up and down. It really felt like if this track were a version of Play-Doh, we were like stretching it in different ways, molding it into sometimes darker compositions. You can also color Play-Doh. Other times a little bit more clear, but definitely didn't maintain structure in the same way a pop rock song might. So 2 thumbs up for me for you two today. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. And if you'd like that I react to more you two on the channel, you can send a reaction request my way using the first link in the description box below or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.